What is up, guys? Kartak here, and today I'm here with a pretty quick video. This is the unpacking for the limited card set online, which was released as part of the Grand Tamer Exchange, which I was not part of, but I did manage to snag a few of these packs. I think they're going for quite a bit now, though I do see prices kind of fluctuating from here and there. But I needed to get myself on a playset of these because if you guys didn't know, there's a lot of really cool cards in this set, so we're gonna have a look at them today. There's only 12 cards in this pack, but everything that you see here is, you get what you see. So every pack will be the same. So let's have a look at the Hakumon. So Hakumon, they all have security skills, these Digimon. So at the end of the battle, you can pop something 4K or less, and then draw one. So pretty interesting. This one lets you, this is the Blukomon, lets you draw two and then add this card to your hand. They all go back to your hand after the battle. Alright, next is the Arismon. At the end of the battle, you can give one of your opponent's Digimon -1 security check and then add this card to your hand. The Pulsemon, whoop. Let's see, the Pulsemon. Go. The Pulsemon lets you rest one of your opponent's Digimon and then add this card to the hand. The Doramon lets you look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a black 4 cost or less Digimon, you can play it without paying the cost. The Impmon, I think this one's one more expensive one. The Impmon lets you play a level 3 Digimon from your security, from your trash without paying the cost, and then add this card to your hand. And then here are some of the other cards that people are looking out for. These are the option cards for these Digimon's mega forms. So obviously for Blukomon, it's the Hexablaumon. So there we go. For the Jesmon, it's for the Hakumon, it's the Jesmon's Blade of Judgment, Judgment of the Blade, whatever you want to call it. Very cool. I think we'll talk about that later. But next we have the Bellstarmon's Fly Bullet. This is really nice art. I really, really digging this. They all look really cool actually, but I think it's mainly these two that will have the most value. And then we also have the Harrismon's Rasenmon. I think this one's going for a little bit too. This is the Dex Doragoromon. No, not Dex Doragoromon. The regular Doragoromon. I think this is seeing a little bit of play. So we'll see play. And then I think this is a really strong option card. This is the Shivamon. Very interesting that they didn't give it to the whatever the yellow one is called, but I guess green was missing a card, so they gave it to Shivamon instead. But this is the better option card anyway, so pretty good. I'm very excited to use these. I'm gonna sleeve them up first. But yeah, one thing that worries me about these though is that even though these alt arts are reprints, the rookies here are not reprints. These are the first cards that the first release for these cards, so I'm quite worried about them unless they are getting reprints. Because if you guys didn't notice, at least in the Japanese side of the games, a lot of the promo cards that were only released in Japan are very expensive. So if you guys are like me, living in places that play the Japanese version of the game but don't really have easy access to the promos, then you're going to be spending a lot of money buying the promo cards. So for example, the Agumon set with the Greymon and the Garurumon set with the Wergarurumon, they're all going for very expensive prices now because all of decks need them. All of their decks need them, like the new Metal Greymon X, or War Greymon X, and the Wergarurumon X decks, as well as the Gaiomon decks. They all need those promos. So they're really going up in price. So, and I think recently they announced that they are not tournament legal for Asian tournaments, like outside of Japan. So I guess that sort of relieves the problem a little bit, but you know, I have mixed feelings about that because, you know, you're not. It really doesn't make sense to me why, you know, you have to kind of run subpar decks because they didn't get a proper release here. So we are able to get them, but we're not allowed to use them in tournaments here, from what I know. So we're gonna look at the prices in a bit on the when we change the screens. But yeah, that's just a little bit of rant that I have. It's not really a problem in the Japanese, in the English format because you guys get them as box toppers, but you guys have a different issue with some of the promos, some of the harder to get promos. I think when it first came out, the Diaboromon and stuff, as we got it as a pack, you guys got as tournament pack promos, which I was kind of I was like, oh, why is it like $40 for a Diaboromon? I think that was how much, around how much it cost at its prime. So, you know, I obviously the price is down now because they have ways to re-release it. So hopefully for these promos, they're gonna find ways to re-release it as well, so that they can make it tournament legal in areas outside of Japan. But maybe it's wishful thinking. So yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna go check the prices for the promos I was talking about. Right back. All right, guys. So we're back. I'm just here to talk about some of the promos. Originally, this wasn't supposed to be part of the video, but something just ticked within me, clicked in within me. I was just thinking about some of the promos that are in the game right now and how it affects the current meta. So let's just talk about some of the promos and how my thoughts on how they release promos and how promos should be released. Obviously, this is just my opinion. If you guys don't agree with it, that's perfectly fine. And for the most part, this is from a perspective of a person playing the Japanese version of the game. But it also applies to some of the English promos that you guys got. So let's talk about the promos. You guys look here. There's a lot of promos that are in the game right now. There aren't a lot compared to some of the other games that I play, but there's a decent amount of promos. And for the most part, I'm okay with them because they are usually released with booster packs, or you know, they're bonuses for booster boxes. Like these memory boosts, they were part of the start deck. So if you bought a start deck, you will get these for sure. Okay. It's part of the product. You would have bought it anyway. Same with these Digimon Adventure promos. It was part of BD7, so very nice. What I have problem with is the Japanese exclusive promos that came in magazines. So I don't think this is a problem for English players because you guys got these as box toppers. But for the Japanese version of the game, I think they recently made these cards illegal to be played outside of Japan. So if you're playing the Japanese version of the game, but you are living in Hong Kong or Malaysia, Singapore, wherever plays the Japanese version of the game, you guys can't use this in tournaments because these weren't officially distributed. And if you guys look at the prices, these are kind of reflected here. Even though these are officially distributed in Japan, the prices are still really, really high. And these are kind of core parts of decks now. In Metal Garurumon X, I think these are pretty mandatory. And in all Agumon, Greymon Travel decks, you guys will need to use these. Bond of Courage won't need these, but your Blackmore Greymon, Samurai Dramon, and your Metal War Greymon decks will have to run these for the most optimal build. Obviously, if you guys watch my Gaomon or Samurai Dramon deck, I told you guys that you can run the start deck Agumon instead, but obviously that one is a little bit inferior to this promo Agumon, and you guys can see that in the price. Very, very expensive, very, very good card. So I think that's where I have a problem with it. These were not, I don't think these were wide spread releases. You guys had to buy the book in order to get these. So these are kind of akin to Shonen Jump promo cards that you might have got when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And some of them got pretty expensive, like even in Japanese. I think this applies for Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. You guys couldn't, in Hong Kong, we couldn't use the book promos for tournaments because they weren't officially distributed. And I think it's kind of dumb because they made the effects pretty good. It looks very basic. It just gives your Greymons 2000 power, but it's better than everything we have so far. So that's why. I think it's kind of dumb that they made these cards key cards of decks, but you know it's hard to get. So I think sooner or later they will have to re-release this in either reprint packs or another for alt art box topper or something, in order to just drive the card price down and just to make it legal for tournament play for places outside Japan that play the Japanese version of the game. Because it's kind of dumb. Everything else I don't really have a problem with. These tournament promos, if you buy the product like these Agunimon and Lobomon, yeah, if you played bought boxes and stuff, you would have got them. You would have got them. Same with the Black Greymon, Metal Garurumon, and Grand Kowagumon. These are part of the start deck promotions. And then I think these 4 option cards were also tournament promos. This is for another debate, because some people will debate, oh, it's a tournament promo. If I don't play a tournament, I won't get it. But it's still easily accessible. Like, there's enough people playing in tournaments that these will be distributed to people, and they will have there's going to be enough cards in the market for them to be distributed around. Yeah, I think so. These are book promos as well. They're not seeing that much play. Same with the Taichi and Vidramon Zero, but who knows? Maybe there's going to be a Vidramon that comes out later that will be super compatible with these cards. And another thing is the promo packs I just opened. They are limited online cards, so I don't know how limited it will be, but the effects aren't super broken, but they are also unique enough that people will find a niche for their uses, and they are part of pretty popular decks. Like Hakumon is part of the Hakumon deck, Doramon is obviously part of X Antibody deck, and Impmon is part of the Beelzemon deck. These are very, very popular cards, so if people wanted to run in, they're gonna have to find a way to get these, but these aren't super easily accessible right now, so it might cause a problem. If you look at the Impmon, look at the price. It's 1,480 yen, and this thing just came out last month. So I think if they don't find a way to re-release these are just going to keep climbing in prices. What I don't have a problem with is they release alt art versions of already existing cards. I think this is a very good way for tournament incentives. Like if you look at the other cards, where is it? Like all of these, and like these ones, like these versions, they're just shinier versions of cards that already exist. Like if you guys can't afford these, or you guys don't have access to these, at least you can run the common version, and it doesn't change anything about your deck. Like look at this Vmon, it's like 2,000 yen. It's a very nice version of the jamming Vmon, but at least you can get the jamming Vmon pretty easily, right? It's out in the market, very accessible. Same with this Greymon. It's a very expensive card, but there is a alternative to this that you can run if you guys don't want to cough out 12,000 yen for a single copy. So this is what I believe most card games should adopt this style for tournaments, instead of releasing tournament exclusive super OP cards that there's only 2 in the world, because it kind of really restricts deck building. Like it kind of puts people off from building decks. Like, oh, I want to build this deck, but it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, so I'm not gonna build it. Of course, there's a price for decks that run secrets. It's going to cost a lot, but at least they're easily accessible, and you can pull them from booster boxes and packs if you guys want to do that. But there's just cards that you can't get, and of course, mainly talking about these ones again. Like the only way you can get these are from the aftermarket, from other players that already have copies of these. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting. I personally I don't. I already have playsets of these, so it's not really affecting me that much because I got them when it first came out. But you know, it kind of puts off new players from getting into the game. It's like, oh, I really like Agumon. You know, obviously Agumon is like the Pikachu of of Digimon, right? And they're like, oh, if I want to build the Agumon deck, I have to buy 4 copies of this Agumon. And sometimes this costs. You might be able to build a very good tier 1 deck already. Like Grand Cool Agumon is a very, very strong deck, but maybe it's not appealing to some new players that, you know, casual players that want to get in the game. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm just rambling, or do you guys agree with me that, you know, promos should be distributed as just alt arts, and, you know, the cards that, if they are new cards, they should be bundled with products that are easily accessible? Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave the comment down below to voice your opinions. Obviously, this is just my opinion. You guys can feel free to disagree with it if you want. I'm just one guy, and I love card games, so I want as many people to be able to play this game as possible, and, you know, have unrestricted deck building ideas, because it kind of sucks when some people have to want a suboptimal card just because they can't find it in their area. But yeah, this is Kartaku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!